Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Psych Talk. And today I will talk about EMDR, which stands for Eye Movement, Desensitization and Reprocessing. So if you're watching from YouTube, you can see that I'm sharing with you guys a screen, which basically shows you what a bilateral stimulation is. But if you're listening on Spotify, obviously, you cannot see this, but I will use an auditory system for you to understand better what a bilateral stimulation is. So first of all, what is EMDR? So EMDR is used to process traumatic events that have happened before, and you're just reliving those in the present, even though they're still in the past, right? And the reason why EMDR works is because basically, while we engage in this bilateral stimulation, which is basically moving your eyes from left to right while looking at something, for example, your therapist might move his or her index finger back and forth so that your eyes are following the finger. And while this is happening, the therapist is also bringing up to you these past traumatic events that have happened and asking you questions like, okay, how do you feel right now? What is coming up in your brain? How does your body feel? So that you reprocess this information thanks to the bilateral stimulation while you're rethinking about the traumatic past events. And so the reason why it works is because when we are asleep, basically our eyes, specifically during REM sleep, we can see that our eyes are moving. So if you see a person, if you're watching, for example, a person while he or she's asleep, their eyes are constantly moving. And the reason why our eyes move while we're asleep is because we're processing all the information that we gather throughout the day, informations, memories, etc. And so this eye movement and the bilateral simulation helps us reprocess the past traumatic events that have happened to us so that when we rethink about these events, instead of feeling this intense emotion overwhelming us, we can look at it more with a logical perspective, right? And so, for example, if you are, if you are on Spotify, right now I'm gonna use the auditory system so that you can hear a sound that's going from your left ear to your right ear. Hopefully you're wearing earpods or headphones so that you can hear better. And now I'm going to stop the auditory system. If you're on YouTube, you can see the screen and you can see this little dot moving from left to right, left to right. And you can use different colors. And you can also use different sounds. So now I'm going to put the screen in preview so that you can see how it looks like from the client perspective. So I'm going to click preview. And I'm going to put it bigger. Okay. So right now, what you're supposed to do, while hearing the sound and looking at the little dot moving on the screen from left to right, so the therapist in this moment will bring up a traumatic event that has happened to you in the past and try to reprocess that. Although, I don't know why now it's making the double sound, which is kind of annoying and not relaxing at all. Let me see. It's making a double sound, which is weird. Before it was not doing that. Let's try again. Perfect. This is way more relaxing. And you can choose also the speed. So it can be slower, it can be faster. again, as I said before, you can use different sounds. So you can use a soft play, soft bell, lip pop. This one is so annoying. Bass guitar. What's this one? A beep. I think the most relaxing one is the heartbeat. And so while you're engaging in this eye movement, and while you're hearing these sounds, we will bring up post-traumatic events so that we can reprocess them. And this is how EMDR, any EMDR session looks like, or how it can look like. Thank you for listening. I hope that it was easy to understand. I hope that I made it very simplistic. And I will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening.